Building a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh deck is expensive, but not necessarily difficult. With tools such as TCG Player and eBay, duelists around the world are able to have access to any card they can imagine, just at a few clicks of a mouse. I decided to take on the ultimate challenge. Starting from just 3 structure decks and on a budget of under $40 a week, I'm going to attempt to construct a competitive deck entirely from sealed product. No trading, no buying individual cards online, all leading up to taking on one of Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest challenges, topping a Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series event. This is Sealed Elite. Initially for this video, I wanted to open up a box of the legendary Dragon decks. Released October 6th of 2017, this box set gave access to 3 different decks, 2 of which completely unplayable to our strategy, but the third one, a Pendulum deck, had a couple cards that we could actually use. One of the cards is one that I've been searching for a while, and we're going to need it in the future, and that is Odd Eye's Vortex Dragon. Not only having a guaranteed way to get to that card, this deck also contained 2 copies of Duelist Alliance, a very solid spell card. With these 2 things in mind, for a retail price of $30, this was looking like a good deal. I assumed this product would be pretty easy to find at like a Walmart or a Target. But boy was I wrong. With no sealed legendary dragon decks in sight, and none going for a reasonable price online, it looked like I was going to have to take a different route. Alright, oh my god! This tin is absolutely fucked up. Taking a first look at this tin, it might be just a little bit alarming how beat up this thing is, but actually, I ended up purchasing it this way. 2016 Mega Tin was released September 2nd of 2016 and includes a lot of the greatest cards from the sets of Crossed Souls all the way until Breakers of Shadows, I believe. 2016 is like 3 years old now, but you can still find these tins floating around. Well, correction, you can find the Yugi version of these tins floating around sealed for like 20 bucks or a dime a dozen. But the Kaiba one here, good luck getting your hands on this thing for 65 bucks sealed. It doesn't exist. And this was going to be a problem because my search for the legendary dragon decks came up very short. You can't find those things sealed literally anywhere, especially not under $40. And this is gonna be one of my only other chances to pick up a card like Odd Eye's Vortex Dragon unless I choose to pick up Pendulum Evolution again, which really, I don't have any reason to revisit Pendulum Evolution. Not only that, but there's a very special card in this thing where I had to actually get my hands on the Kaiba version of the tin no matter what. So that was a problem. You know how I say at the beginning of each video I'm on a budget of under $40 a week? Starting from just 3 structure decks and on a budget of under $40 a week. I've stuck to that budget from the start, and that budget is not flexible. 65 bucks for a 3-year-old tin? That's way over budget. That's when I stumbled across this monstrosity though. Like I said, I was finding the Yugi tins all over the place sealed, and I was just wondering why I can't find a Kaiba tin sealed anywhere. That's when I stumbled across an eBay listing some guy had. Absolutely destroyed Megatins with, it looks like, this Konami sealing on it, which that's the very important part. He ended up describing these things as distressed. Yeah, that's a word to describe it. But the cards are new in this thing. That's really all that matters. And you'll never guess the price that he was selling this tin for. 40 bucks, right on the money. And if I'm completely honest, this tin, what's gonna happen to it? It's gonna go in the trash. The only thing that matters about this tin, even though it's a little beat up here, is the Konami sealing. It is a sealed product. If anything, this means the product's not tampered with. So I should have the promo pack in check, and I should have all 3 Mega Tin packs. That being said, 2016 Mega Tin. Let's get cracking. So moment of truth. Let's crack this tin. Hopefully nothing's tampered with. Holy shit. All right, so it's a little bit worse for wear, as you can see, but this is what matters. The promo pack is in check, completely sealed. And then, yes, all 3 Megatin 2016 Mega Packs. So yeah, the cards were fine. Thank you so much to the seller for hooking me up with this. This was a great find. I mentioned there was a very special card in these packs that I had to get my hands on, and it's actually in this promo pack right here. I might as well have spent $40 to get this one card. I'll thumb through it and I'll show you. For starters, we have an Obelisk the Tormentor though. That's nice. And then we have a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, a DDD Gust King Alexander, and then here he is. Aether, the Evil Empowering Dragon. A Collector Tin 2016 promo. Understandably, you might be a little bit confused, so let me get this guy in focus here. We'll read them together. His scale effect doesn't matter. He's a scale 4, which isn't the greatest, but he has a dragon pendulum effect with the effect of when he's normal or special summoned, I can target one monster on the field and banish it. So Aether, the evil empowering dragon, if you haven't been caught up to the meta recently, is a very powerful card we can bring off of Hieratic Seal, and we can also bring it off of Guard Dragon Elfie. Not only being a pendulum monster, but having it enter the battlefield effect of just getting rid of a monster is massive. This was the only place I could get this card. This card is about $1 on TCG Player, and I absolutely needed it to be able to play at the top competitive level. So getting a 2016 Mega Tin was absolutely necessary. But now we are in possession of it. I might as well have spent $40 for this one promo card. And the last card is actually Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, which again, is probably the reason this tin's a little bit harder to get your hands on, because this card's really good. That can actually find its way into the side deck easy, but Aether is a great pickup. We may not be able to use it to its full potential now, but eventually it's gonna be amazing. All right, so 3 2016 mega packs then. Lots of potential in these packs. As I said before, we have Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon is a pull that would be great to have. Odd Eyes Fusion is something great to pair with it as well. Twin Twisters is in this set as well too, and as well as all the kaiju, so a lot of good side deck potential. This should be really good to open though, because it's back when Pendulum was the main mechanic, so maybe we can grab something special. Mega Pack 1. We have a Performer Pal Camelump, Dark Contract with the Swamp King, Dark Dorido, Twilight Ninja Nichiren the Chunin, Shirani Style Synthesis, Performer Pal Silverclaw. Our rare is DDD Marksman Kingtel. Our ultra rare looks like a nectar is a Neptibus Atlantean Prince. Not a bad ultra rare to pull. This card is actually not expensive, even though some Orcus variants tend to play it, but still kind of a cool card to pull. And then our secret rare is a Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. This card's neat when you want to pair it with Guard Dragon Agripane, because it does work around time limit, so you can side it and then just cheese your opponent in time that way if it happens to come down to that. Pretty cool. Not a bad secret rare, I don't think, at all, actually. And then our super rare is a Brilliant Fusion, unfortunately at 1. A couple more commons, nothing too special though. Pack number 2. Secret Blast, Edgem Fright for Lloyd, Performer Pal Thunder Rhino, Destruction Sword Flash, Karma the Destruction Swordsman, Super Heavy Samurai Ghibli Gloves, and a rare is a Gamma Seal the Sea Turtle Kaiju. You guys will definitely not believe me when I say this, but this is the most expensive card in the Mega Tin currently. Sitting at around $6 for this rare fella. He is the most expensive card of the set, and it's a goddamn rare. Very good rare to pull though. That's a great side deck card. Moving on to the ultra rare, a Charging Gaia the Fierce Knight, definitely not a special, and our secret's a Galaxy Cyclone. And then Flufflemouse is our super rare, followed up with a couple more commons. Last pack of the Mega Tin. This is all we're opening today, again, because it sits in our $40 budget perfectly. Soprano the Melodious Songstress, Dino Mist Brachion, Despot 4, Super Heavy Samurai Transporter, Raptor's Gust, Before Mage Mirror Conductor. Our rare is an Extra Buck. Ultra rare is a Blackluster Soldier Super Soldier, not that great. And our secret is a Tatsunoko. Damn. Our super is a DDD Rebel King Leonidas. Follow that up with a couple commons. That's all she wrote. So here is everything we pulled out of this little piece of history here. Again, really important things were, I guess, these two cards, because these are like objectively some of the most playable cards of the tin. It's probably what's making it so damn expensive. Out of the packs though, there's oddly, I don't think anything we can add to the main deck. That's a shame. Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend is a level 8 synchro, so it pairs pretty well with Harmonizing Magician. So I think we still have one spot left in our extra deck. I'll throw it in there for sure. All these other cards though, Galaxy Cyclone can hit the side deck, but looks like they're just going in the box. And you know what, even if I don't have the Hieratic Seal right now, I am going to throw the Aether into the main deck probably here. Just because it is a level 5, it's very easy to be able to bring it back from the extra deck. And if we can continue to bring it back, we can continuously pop cards each turn, which is very powerful. Ghost Ogre will make it to the side deck. All right. Whipping out the deck here, let's figure out some changes I want to make. So a couple of things that I pulled out that I really don't think were pulling their weight in the deck. is I pulled out the Ash Blossom that I stuck in the main deck from last episode, a Black Fang, and an Oath Dragon Magician. The Magician engine is still in this deck in the form of 3 Harmonizing Magician, and I also bumped Purple Poison up to 3 as well. But as for the rest of the Magicians, these 2 don't put in any weight. Because I don't have any rank 6s to go into, Oath Dragon is technically almost useless. And Black Fang is great when you can pull something from the graveyard, but that never literally comes up. So I decided to just cut them, stick with the Wisdom Eye, as well as 3 Purple Poison and 3 Harmonizing. I think that might just be the best, because Purple Poison is the most flexible of them all. And then the Ash Blossom was in the main deck just because I pulled it and I really wanted to play it. I don't think it's gonna stick in the main deck just because I'd rather focus on comboing. I was also only playing 2 Pot of Desires from last time. I decided to bump it back up to 3 just because the card is so powerful. It's one of our ways to get advantage in this deck, plus also put spell counters on things, and also just being able to get, I guess, 2 more draws really increases our resources, gives us more of a fighting chance. So let's put those changes in here and then we'll take a look at the deck. All right, so the deck has been updated a little bit, couple of changes added to it. Let's go over it really quickly. We are playing 1 Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, as well as the 3 Servant to pair with it. 3 Magical Abductors still in the deck, as it's one of the better starters we have, as well as 3 Chronograph Sorcerer and the 1-time Gazer Magician, the best starter we have. Magician package is now 3 Harmonizing Magician, 3 Purple Poison, and 1 Wisdom Eye. The Wisdom Eye is really just to give the diversity, so if I activate Pendulum Call and I don't know, I just somehow breezed through all of one of my 3-ofs, I have an additional option of the Wisdom Eye Magician, which also Wisdom Eye Magician is just essentially a substitute for any of these ones too, provided I have another one in the scale. So I can, if I have like Harmonizing Wisdom Eye, I have essentially Harmonizing Purple Poison. Zefrath engine, we're still playing the 2 Zefrath, 2 Zefranu, because that's what we have access to. Mythical Beast engine, we do have 2 Jackal King, 1 Master Cerberus. If you remember last episode, we did pull another Jackal King. Playing it at 3 though doesn't seem smart. And then for our normal summons, we have 2 Dark Worm, 1 Gate Infinity still. And then a new addition, we have Aether, the Empowering Dragon. This is another thing that's actually not bad to dump off of Electromite. So if we're going second, we can dump this and then just Pendulum Summon it out from the extra deck and remove something from the field. I feel like that might be really good. For the spells, we have 2 Oracle of Zefra, 1 Terraforming to grab it. And the rest of the spells, 3 Spell Power Mastery, 2 Pendulum Call, the 3 Pot of Desires, like I said, and then 2 Zephyr Define Strike. I believe it's like 41 or 42 cards or something like that. Pretty happy with it, actually. The extra deck actually has undergone a couple changes because I had a lot of free space. I was playing like 3 of the, what is it, Daybreaker, the Shining Magical Warrior, but there's no reason to because I actually have some decent extra deck monsters to throw in here. So let's go over it real quick. We have, of course, Electromite and So You Just Skull Dread. These guys, been there from the start. Real MVPs. We have Decode Talker, which is another great card, as well as Metaltron. Underclock Taker and Daybreaker, the Shining Magical Warrior. This is probably the one that I don't think I've actually summoned this one time at all. For the Synchros, we have Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend, Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon to pull something off of Infinity Gate. Enlightenment Paladin, which is back from when we opened Pendulum Evolution. I never actually threw this card in the extra deck, and I have no idea why, because if we Synchro Summon using a Magician Pendulum monster, we just get to add a spell card in our graveyard. That's really, really good, actually. As well as the Stardust Dragon from Dual Power found its way in there as well. On the XYZs, we have really Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon for no particular reason, I don't think. Number 39 Utopia, Time Star Magician, as well as Kachi Kochi Dragon, because why not? I'm sorry, I don't have another white sleeve on me right now. Pretty sure up their stairs, I couldn't be asked to grab it. And now the side deck, which is actually starting to come together with some pretty decent stuff. We have an Ogre, an Ash, singular Ogre and Ash. Still have the 3 Droll and Lark back from the structure deck. Dragon Pit Magician, Heavy Storm Duster, Archfiend Centric, and 2 more new additions is Galaxy Cyclone and Gamma Seal. Again, I think I have pink sleeves upstairs. Not exactly a full side deck still, but I don't want to just put crappy stuff in there to have it in there. That being said, that is the deck we're rocking with to locals today. Let's go top another locals. Yep. Hop into the locals here. We got the buy round 1, but we're gonna be hopping into round 2 shortly, so we can do okay. Right, okay, so part of the reason there wasn't any entry packs last week is my locals decided to change the structure of their prizing for their local events. So it used to be where you would get these regular core booster packs for topping and stuff. You would get a select amount based on how many people entered. You would get OTS packs for entry. Well, we flipped that Now we get OTS packs for doing well, and you get 4 packs for an entry, which actually kind of helps us because core sets is normally what we're going to be looking for stuff in. I decided to just pick Rising Rampage. I picked Extreme Force because that's what my locals happen to have when I was searching for Triple Burst, but since we're not looking for it anymore, just pull a regular core booster set, see what we can get. Really just looking for Appaloosa. I don't think there's anything else in here I need. Yep, nothing else again.
What, were you talking about me or something?
Last pack. Just a whole bunch of supers. Yeah, never lucky. Okay. Check out the new overhead setup. I know a lot of people were saying they wanted better overheads because my tripod next to the table just wasn't cutting it. Got you guys covered. Still working out the kinks with it though, so if the footage isn't top notch, I'll probably fix it by the next round. Like I said, match 1 of the day, we got the bye, but moving into match 2, we played against my friend Griffin, and he is playing Pendulum Magician as well. I win the die roll, and game 1, I open up the God hand. Probably, literally the best hand I've ever opened up on the vlog. This hand was just absolutely nuts. I ended on Metaltron plus 2 Jackal Kings with no counters on them, but they were going to definitely get some against the matchup. As well as an Endymion with a counter. That, and also a Zephyr Divine Strike chilling in the back row. That's a lot of negates. You could probably guess how the rest of that game went. I managed to stop literally everything he played, and that was game 1. Game 2, we're going second. I decided to take a lot of liberties and sided in cards like Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, and Snow Rabbit. Cards you normally wouldn't see, but I figured they might help me out a bit. We draw our 5 cards, and we actually drew into Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, which came in super handy when I used it on his Heavy Metal Foe Electromite. He still was able to end on like Borreload's Savage Dragon, as well as something else inconsequential, I believe. He had a Zephyr Divine Strike in the back row of his own that I had to end up working around. But I did end up baiting it out because the rest of my hand was really solid. I wanted to be able to somehow use the Purple Poison Magician in my hand to be able to pop that Borreload Savage Dragon. The only way I was going to be able to accomplish that is if he could negate the Pendulum Call if I baited it out. That was one of the first things I ended up activating because it is a seemingly big threat. As I predicted, he did end up negating that with, I think, the Borreload Savage Dragon. He let me play my Zephyrath, and he let me play my Purple Poison Magician to complete my scales. I then activated a Pot of Desires, which he negated with his Divine Strike, which left me with no cards in hand, but I did have a Dark Worm on the field, and I was able to Pendulum out the Zephranu, getting me to 2 to get me to Electromite. Electromite on the field, I was just able to pop the Purple Poison to get rid of the Borreload Savage Dragon, and then I actually dumped with Electromite, a card that I sided in as well. Archfiend Eccentric. That card came in super clutch too. He only had 1 card in his hand, so what I did is I added the Archfiend Eccentric, and then after the Purple Poison left the field, I then activated the Eccentric to pop his Oath Dragon Magician, just leaving him with Black Fang. I was hoping he wouldn't be able to complete his scales. The following turn, he did end up completing his scales, but with 1 card left in hand, he just Pendulum summoned out his Oath Dragon that I just recently popped, attacked over the Electromite, and passed. I had a Servant with 1 counter on the field from a Spell Power Mastery I top decked, and then I top decked into another Spell Power Mastery, which was going to get that Servant to 3. He just knew it was over from there because I was going to get Endymion and things were going to get scary. So we took that down 2-0, really convincingly actually. So now, I mean, objectively, we are 2-0 for the day. Just got to win maybe 1 more, can seal top 8 possibly. I don't know, we'll find out, see how it goes. Feeling really good about today though. Yeah, high roll?
Sure. Hi guys.
4, 5. You choose.
Yeet. You go first, my friend.
Sure. All right, good luck. Just finished round 3. We caught the dub. Round 3, I played against a deck you really don't see every day. That is a Pure Danger. I know it exists. I ended up winning the die roll, and I opened up the nut board again, I think. I opened up like double Jackal King, Endymion, plus Metaltron with a set Zephyr Divine Strike. I've just been open that all day. He couldn't get through all of those negates, so we took that game down pretty convincingly. Game 2, he opted for me to go first. I guess that deck's objective is just to like smack you in the face and hope you can win. I opened up Unplayable. I think it was one of the few times I opened up Unplayable, and I literally just had to set pass. Hopefully not dying, but that didn't work. He killed me. And then game 3, I opened up Insane yet again. But he actually did something I totally didn't expect, and he stacked 2 level 4s on top of each other for Outer God Nyarla, I think the card is, and then just chonged in a Azathoth on top of that. You're exceeding?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't really capitalize on it though. I think I was still left with a couple dudes, and then the following turn, he like made the Blackluster Soldier, but I had a purple poison in my scale, so I was just able to attack with Endymion and then beef him up to 4,000, get over there, and then he literally couldn't do anything from there. Yeah, so that was a match. We took that down. We're 3-0. Got 5 rounds of Swiss today, so we'll play last 2, see if we can get in there.
What?
You good?
No.
No, what's wrong?
Neither are you.
No, I'm not good either.
No.
You're handsome, though.
Thanks.
Yeah. Ropes, tell them how you disgraced me.
All right, game 1, I go first. I just make my Sky Striker board. I got Ash, I got the Ogre.
He's got everything.
And when he goes for the Pendulum Summon, I hit him with the Judgment. So, game 1. Game 2, I open up Zero, Mine, Gamma Seal, Gamma, and Ogre. I Ogre...
Were you ogred my Electromite?
Yeah, no, I Ogred the Zephyrax.
Oh yeah, you over... Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then game 2,
you ogred
the Zephyrax, and then you played Electromite, and then I Gamma that.
Yep.
And then I set Widow Anchor, activate Zero, and then I rip into Engage.
Yeah, he's just better than me. And then what, you Gamma Sealed... I summoned an Endymion, because I got him to put 3 counters on my Servant, but he Gamma Sealed it.
I did.
And I was like, he's way better than me. Good game, Ropes. Good game, dude. Big dick boy. So that's all she wrote. Cut to top 4 instead of top 8 this time, but we didn't get top 4. So no prizing. I'm still really actually impressed with how we performed today. Normally I have a decent matchup against Striker because Endymion's really good, but I banished it a lot off of Desires, which hurt. Had I had better RNG with Desires, maybe we could have clutched it out. But hey, you win some, you lose some. We did get in top 8, I guess, so we did bank 1 OTS 11 pack. We'll pick that up when the set drops. We're opening Premium Gold next time around. You don't want to miss it. Be sure to subscribe.